I don't have my notes in front of me with this, but there's another same kind of teaching that tends to condemn people. Remember when Jesus said, the works I do, you shall do, and greater works than these shall you do? And so I've heard it preached different times that, okay, we can't even get people to teach Sunday school, and you should be doing greater works than Jesus. And that's what it says. You should be doing great. Jesus, it's in red. It's a red ink. And so, of course, that we should be doing greater works than Jesus. Well, I'm a student of church history. On my own, I've just been self-taught and just study, and I study it all the time. I love it. I've never read anywhere where there's greater miracles done by anybody in any part of church history. No one to this day is doing greater miracles than Jesus. Not bigger and better. There are some that are different. There are some that are astonishing. There's some wonderful, wonderful healings that have happened in people like Smith Wigglesworth and Howard Carter and that kind of thing. But it's not bigger and better miracles. There are no bigger and better miracles than what Jesus did. But there's two words for the word greater. One is, there's a Greek word that is bigger and better. And then there's one it's an accounting word. It has to do with kind of like more over time or more in number. And when I looked that up, Jesus says, because I'm leaving. So part of it has to do with how short his ministry was. 3.5 years is really a short period of time. His whole ministry lasted 3.5 years. And he's looking at young people, these 12 apostles. When you see paintings of the 12 apostles, they all look like old guys. They all bald-headed, gray-bearded, old guys. I don't think that's what they look like. I think they were really young guys. Jesus was only 30 when he started, 33 when he finished, and so I think all these guys were young, and he was saying, you're gonna do what I'm doing. That's the big message that we can't miss. You're gonna do what I'm doing. That's huge. But you're gonna have more opportunity and you're gonna do more over time, I think is more realistic. If you think that you have to do bigger and better miracles than Jesus and you don't, you're condemned already. You'll never get out of the gate. You'll never go anywhere because you can't hardly do even the least of what Jesus did. And meanwhile, you're supposed to be doing bigger and better. It's counterproductive. It actually shoots you in the foot so you don't go anywhere. That line of teaching is used to condemn a lot of Christians. But it's not even what he's saying. He's saying, I'm leaving. You're gonna go farther. You're gonna go farther geographically. You're gonna have more opportunity. You're gonna do more over time. And that's the Greek word that he was using. It has to do with time more than it has to do with bigger and better. But you should be doing what Jesus did. Without all the condemnation that you're not doing bigger and better miracles than Jesus. Amen.